guys. So I just got out of class, had a fabulous day at school. It was delightful. So what I thought I'd do, in order to finally eventually keep my promise to you guys about your retail dumpster diving reward, we've got to start with some reconnaissance. And I recommend this for any bins that you're going to be checking out, retail, school, or whatever. You need to do your recon. You need to look around. You need to see, is this the kind of place that's going to have potential? What are the factors that I'm going to be dealing with? Are there gates? Are there locks? Are there cameras? Are there people patrolling? Is there a security guard? What are the obstacles? What are the issues? Whatever it is that you need to figure out before diving in. So that's what we're going to do today, and maybe take a few cursory glances. No promises. We'll see what happens, but mainly we are doing some recon. It is 4:38 in the afternoon, so let's see if this is an ideal time for diving, because if it isn't, that's okay, but we need to figure out when is the right time, and that's something you need to figure out as well as you're looking for places to dive. When's the right time? When's the right day? All those different kinds of things in order to be successful at it and not just be wasting your time and energy and gas money and all that kind of thing. So let's go look. We are behind, well, it's a whole shopping center. It's got your standard chain stores, Hobby Lobby, Ross, and I can already see from right here, I can, maybe you guys can see, but anyway, they have a trash compactor, so there's no access to that, and if you were to try and somehow find a way in, that is incredibly dangerous, and you're just asking to die a horrible death. So that is unfortunate and disappointing on many levels, but you see that, a trash compactor, and just cross that one right off your list, because if they have a trash compactor, it's not likely that they're going to have any other bins on the premises, that would be accessible, because it's their right to waste. Don't forget that. Okay, well, let's just cruise down this way, the dumpster alley, and see what we see. All right, so just cruising along. We've got some bins coming up right here. I'm not sure what store these are behind, but good news, one of them is open, not locked, but sitting wide open, so that's encouraging. But all I see are boxes. There's no one around, and no security cameras or anything like that to concern me. So, yeah, what the heck? We'll hop out and just look really fast. Bunch of cardboard. That shouldn't be in there. Metal. And that is just like bags. Lots and lots of plastic bags. No product. Nothing like that. So, is that disappointing on a dumpster diving, from a dumpster diving perspective? Sure. But it's also encouraging from an eco-warrior perspective, because they're not just throwing away perfectly good product. I wish they were recycling all of that plastic, but what are you gonna do? And then here we have an industrial dumpster, and you can tell just from looking right here that it's a lot of stuff from remodeling. Now, the good stuff in there is going to be the metal. There's a lot of aluminum, and that could definitely be salvaged and sold for scrap, and you'd earn a pretty penny off of that. So that's something we'll log away and possibly come back for, but I'm not doing that today. All right, we have a whole slew of dumpsters, if you can see them. Whole bunch of dumpsters. That one has a gate but no lock. The rest are right out in the open. I'm seeing, as we drive around here, mostly shipping supplies. Yep. Bubble wrap, boxes, bags. It's looking like that's what we've got out here. Those are empty. So, you have to be realistic and conservative in your expectations, because you don't know what there's going to be. And you'll see tons of awesome videos of people finding all kinds of great stuff. That is no guarantee that you will find anything other than empty boxes and bags when you go looking. So don't be disappointed, because you could just be there on the wrong day, or at the wrong time. They might have already emptied their stuff for that week or for that day or whatever. So that's where the recon comes in. You need to come a few times, scope it out, see what the details are, when is going to be the best time. If you hit a place up at least like 4 different times on completely different days and different times of day or night, you will figure out what the system is. You will figure out when would be the ideal time to show up for scavenging purposes. Look, here's another compactor. Oh, sadness. But it will require some effort on your part. Very rarely do you just go out the very first time, just randomly picking a place, and end up with an amazing YouTube haul like, you see on YouTube, okay? That just, very rarely happens that way. It takes time. It takes looking. It takes experimenting and checking places out and doing your homework and doing the work. This isn't a get-rich-quick, easy peasy pumpkin pie. Pumpkin spice, fall. Oh. It doesn't work that way. We've talked about this many times. There is so much more to dumpster diving than just the initial pick, right? And there is so much more to dumpster diving than just that one amazing pick where you find like coffee makers and toasters and whatever else it is, Gap jeans thrown away. There's so much more that goes into it that you don't see. The exciting stuff is fun and I love it, right? It's the adrenaline, it's fantastic. But as I've tried to stress on so many of my videos, there's so much more to it than just the great find, There's all the planning and prepping ahead of time, and then there's everything that comes after. And these are all considerations, things that you need to write on your list and really think through before you attempt stuff like this. So anyway, so that was a good little recon of that particular strip. Let's go and hit one more just for our recon purposes. This is doing our homework. All right, so over there we've got Bed Bath & Beyond and PetSmart. We will go to them last. We're gonna hit this little strip mall up here. What does it have? It's got Burlington Coat Factory, Toys R Us, Dick's Sporting Goods, Ashley Home Store. Let's see, I think we want to turn here so that we can go around the back. Yeah, this will work. But I promise we will be checking out your Bed Bath & Beyond. I know a lot of you were asking about that. Just keep in mind, this is recon. Necessary part of the dumpster diving process. There we go. Lots and lots of road construction. If you know anything about Utah, you know road construction. It never ends. Except like in the deepest of deep winter, then maybe. And we don't even say summer, some of us. We say road construction season, because that's when it starts. All right, so we are gonna go around the back of Toys R Us, Babies R Us, Dick's, and Tuesday Morning. It has been a few years since I've been to these bins. Last time that I did, though, I got some kids songs CDs, like, what are those little, Veggie Tales, some cute little tins that were like piggy banks, little money saving tins. Other, I got some toys, some baby toys, stuff like that. So yeah, fun stuff. Oh, there's also a crafts and fabric store. So we'll see. All right, so we're going around the back through the truck entry. There's the bins. One's got a lock. You can see that right away, which means the second one probably will too. Yep. Both of those have locks. This one, cardboard. That one might be worth popping out for just 2 seconds. Not actually sure what store we're behind. Yeah, it's empty. And just based on that and what I saw at the other bins that we already went to, that tells me that this is not the best day for hitting these up. Now this over here, I don't see any bins at all. Like this is gotta be Dick's Sporting Goods. Oh, yep, that's why. There you go, folks. That's why. That's always depressing. But this one has a bin, and it is not locked. There's a trash compacting bin over there. That sucks. But we'll check this one out real quick. Not sure what store this is. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I think this is definitely not gonna be the best day. This is Thursday, so it's gonna take some more recon as I'm able. Most likely, like, you know, right after school is pretty much the only time I can do it, which is a problem because it might not be the best time of day to show up. Then again, I haven't had any issue with seeing any employees or, you know, problems of that nature, so that's good. That would suggest that this is, in fact, a good time to come and check it out. Just not necessarily this day, I guess, because there's just nothing. Let's see. Over here, ooh, tons of bubble wrap. You know I'm grabbing that bubble wrap. Holy bubble wrap. So, okay, so that's another point. It isn't always just about finding a Keurig coffee maker. There are other benefits that are also valuable, like bubble wrap. Holy bubble wrap. Bubble wrap, bubble wrap, everyone gets bubble wrap. Yeah, that's fantastic. Just that is a great find. And like all kinds of padding stuff. So I'm chalking that up as a win for sure. Especially since I only planned on this being a recon. And not even necessarily getting anything to show for it other than information. But bubble wrap! Tons of bubble wrap! Alright, so let's go and hop over behind PetSmart and Bed Bath & Beyond, and I think that will be it for now. Alright, we are cruising around the back of PetSmart. Let's see what we see. Ah, employees. So, good note, all those bins are open and available, but that was PetSmart. Okay, here's an interesting thing. So this is Bed Bath & Beyond. There's a regular bin there, and a trash compactor here. So, that's interesting, because generally, if there is a trash compactor, you're not going to see a bin. So, that's totally contradicting what I had already told you guys. In the bin, unfortunately, all I really saw was like plastic, garbage bags and whatnot. So, my friends that are in love with Bed Bath & Beyond and are hoping that I will find mixers and blenders and lamps or whatever, I highly doubt that's going to happen at this particular store. because most likely stuff like that is going to end up in the trash compactor. But we're not going to give up. Might give up on this particular store, but we're not going to give up on the mission, because I owe you guys. So there are several others on the way going north, and I will be going up north very soon, and we will stop and check those ones out as well. But the lesson that you learn, I hope you'll learn and take away from today, is that it takes persistence. Some people look at dumpster diving as just this easy, quick, they only, like I said, they only see, the awesome pic on the YouTube video. They do not see all the behind the scenes and everything else that is part of the story. I hope that I have, done a good job of showing you all the other parts of the process, that there is so much more to it than just the excitement of the great pic. You've got to do recon. You've got to check it out. You got to see what's what and figure those things out. Then you got to have a place for those things to go. You got to be able to move the products. So there are so many things to keep in mind, but one of the most important things is, if you've decided you're going to do this, dang it, whatever the, difficulties, you're going to do it, then you need to know that it's going to require persistence. It is. There's going to be times where it's disappointing and you find nothing, and you spent 2 hours of your life on this and got nothing out of it. But if you give up right then, that's your biggest mistake. That is your biggest mistake, because, success could have been right around the corner. It really could have. It's a crapshoot. But your odds are better if you keep going at it. So keep going at it. Yeah. If you keep trying, that's the way. That's the way that you're going to get the big score and your Keurig coffee makers. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me on today's recon mission. I hope that you found it interesting, educational, something. Yeah, we're going to catch you all later. Bye.